All right, welcome back to the Run.down over here on the Strickland YouTube channel as well as the Strickland Podcast Network. I'm Sam. I'm here with Tyrese. Jeff could not make it tonight, but we will keep the show rolling. Knicks lose 109 to 100 in preseason action, third preseason game of the Knicks preseason. I guess we can start with
Stank fucking Reddish. Oh, I've been waiting. I've been fucking waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate the short-lived career of one Cameron Reddish. You may know him as Cameron Elijah Reddish, friends and family alike. Born September 1st, 1999, Norristown, Pennsylvania. Career died October 12th, 2022. And I just want to say, you know, it did have its moments. That game in the Eastern Conference Finals where he hit like 5 threes and he used the rest of his shooting talent for the rest of his career. But that one night he was special. And amongst that one night has been a lot of mid. A lot of fucking mid. So here lies Cam Reddish. We hardly knew ye. Now the only job in New York he's gonna get is being a backup dancer to Ice Spice videos. Maybe a Calvin Klein model. He got to pay rent like the rest of us because he's not making it on this NBA shit no more. I hear Qatar is calling. I hear EuroLeague is calling. You could also get a CDL. CDLs are important. You know, we need truck drivers, and may he rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say let's start off with the positives, but I guess we can start off with Cam Reddish. I had a lot to say more on Twitter. I think I got my shit off more on Twitter about Cam Reddish just because, like, as the game was flowing, it was easier to express my thoughts that way instead of just like writing game notes. But yeah, I mean, um, I quote tweeted someone who said that he has probably like the worst shot selection as a Nick that we've seen in a while. And I said it's like J.R. Smith without the actual ability to make the shots that J.R. Smith was able to make. And he just seemed like he was pressing so much. And it was like, you don't need to do this because you are trying to slot into a role on this team. You're not trying to be the guy on this team. And I feel like a lot of the shots that he was trying to take with someone that's trying to prove that they can be the guy, and it's just like that's not what this team needs you to be. And like if he's never gonna get that, then you're not gonna have a role in this league because you have to understand that like you are a role player, you have to play a certain role, and like yeah, it's just he. I tried to give him a chance when he got here, and everyone knows that I am like one of the lowest people on him possible. Like I had no hopes for his career coming out
We
of
were
Duke.
haters. We were haters.
Out of Duke when I used to be not even on Twitter. I was not even on Twitter. I was on Facebook. But I didn't like him then either. And I was expressing back then on over there. I was just like, yeah, I don't see it with him. And I still don't see it. And he hasn't done anything to change my mind in these like what is it, 4 years now? And I think today a report came out that like it's very unlikely the Knicks to extend him. Shocker. But yeah, I mean he takes like the worst shots possible. He's like first as when he got here, the main thing that every like Knicks like I guess like content creator Knicks person was saying is that he has to take easier shots and make the game easier for himself, which is just take threes and layups. And this guy came into to tonight's preseason game thinking that he was like Paul George or something, or Kawhi Leonard, just like taking a bunch of middies and hoisting up a lot of contested shots. And it's just like you don't need to do that. And like you're not making it easier for yourself. You're making it very easy for Dibs to just be like, okay, when Grimes comes back, you are back on the bench in full warm-ups. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can say that I haven't said over the past however many years that I've been saying things about Cam Reddish. But yeah, I've never saw it. And people, they want to like touch themselves to him making like 2 layups in the fourth quarter. Kudos to you. I guess like do what makes you happy, but yeah.
He's going to be first team catch and shoot cheerleader. Um, I just like I never saw it. I thought it was a dumb trade when it happened. Still think it's a dumb trade now, even though the value isn't going to be as bad. Thanks to Miles Bridges being an idiot. But like, yeah, man, I don't see it with him. I never did. But hey, you live and you learn, I guess. Now maybe this gets people off the bandwagon. Maybe this like kind of sets into reality what he is as a player for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can get into like more of the positives, I guess, in terms of the Knicks. RJ had a pretty good game today. A lot of good stuff he showcased. And I forgot how much minutes he played.
26.
26. Okay, so 21, 4 and 3. 50% from the field. Wasn't all that good from 3 point, but made the free throws, which is the most important thing that helps bump up that scoring right there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Uh, I might be wrong on RJ Barrett.
shocker.
I might be, but yeah, like the finishing was good. Like I was very encouraged to see him finishing, especially at the rim. The process looked good. I kind of just felt like he did everything, and it was quiet too, which is the best part. Like I like when my guys can score 20 quietly, and you're just like, oh, he had 20. Like it was just a lot of him beating out the defense in transition. A lot of him like getting the ball, making swift moves to the basket, and just scoring over defenders, and just making it look easy. And then he gets to the line and he converts to the line. Um, I saw a tweet earlier from Ace Zulo on Twitter, and it shows that like he's standing back a little bit further from the free throw line. So I think he was like towing it, and now he's
Mm,
like a few inches back, and it seems to be helping. And he looks less. He's not bending as much too. So I like the fact that he's like shooting more with the arms instead of like using the legs and everything like that. But yeah, like, the jumpers look good. The processes look good. Again, only preseason, but like he looks every bit of the part of like an all-star caliber wing. He's getting to that point where like a 20 bomb is like routine. And if he's just a consistent 20 where he just gets to the line 6 times a game and he's giving you like 44, 45% shooting from the field, you'll take that. Any day of the week, you'll take that. So good at him for improving. Good at him for like understanding that he doesn't need to do everything, but also the fact that the team seems to be like leveraging his strengths a lot, especially in transition.
yeah. Speaking of making things look easy, another player that makes things look really easy is Obi Toppin.
Man, give the man his flowers. He played good today. You can not you don't have to skip over him. You can give him his flowers.
Who are you talking about?
Who you think I'm talking about?
Who?
You can
Isaiah Hartenstein?
you such a damn hater, bro. He had a
Bro,
good. He played.
he does the bare minimum like of good stuff, and like half the fan base is like ready to be like, yo, what we about to do this year? Like, can we all relax? He had a good preseason last year too. Like, can we please relax?
Man, there's not enough.
All I'm gonna say is bump up that trade value.
I thought I was a hater, bro. I thought I was a hater, and then I heard you
Bump
talking
up
about
that
this
trade
man.
value.
He had a very good game, and he played within himself and within the offense. Did he have a couple one or two possessions where it's like, yeah, he tried to be the man, absolutely, but he's gonna have those possessions. You have to live with that. But otherwise, he was fine. He played within his value. He also was doing a lot with the ball, like, and it was very productive. He was finding open shooters. Like you saw him straight up the court, DHOs into shooters, and then he was finding guys, and he was able to bend defenses the way that you expect him to bend defenses.
I
I
don't
feel
want him
like,
getting comfortable doing that. That's my issue.
oh my, look, man, like if he's going to give you 5 assists a night like that, where it's not destructive to anybody and he's not really turning the ball over as much, I will absolutely take that.
Bump up that trade value, sir. Bump up that trade value. That's all I'm gonna say. Let us get to some comments really quickly before we dive into the rest of the team. Um, let's see. ZMP323 says Cam played the most selfish preseason game I've ever seen tonight. Pretty much. Yep.
Quickly was right there behind him.
Quickly was right. Yeah, quickly.
Yeah,
See, quickly gets a little more grace though because we've seen him succeed in the regular season.
yeah, I'm not worried about it, but it's also
So
like,
yeah, like
damn.
get this game out of your system, so that way, like when the regular season comes, we get like end of the year Emmanuel quickly from last year starting off.
And even with all like the bad shit he did, he still had 3 assists to 1 turnover. He didn't turn the ball over. He just missed shots, which
Yeah,
is
that's
fine.
it.
Yeah,
And a lot of the shots, I felt like he was like rushing them too.
and he had to take those shots because nobody else was taking those shots on the team. Like, you want Deuce taking those shots? Do you want fucking Cam Reddish taking those shots? Like, nobody else was gonna take those shots. So who? Like, what do
We
you
saw
want Cam
Cam
to do?
Reddish take some of those shots.
Exactly, and it didn't go well. So like, unless you want Hartenstein taking those shots, or you want fucking Cam Reddish taking those shots, or Deuce McBride, and I love Deuce, but definitely you saw his limitations on offense today. Like, he had to take those shots, especially since the starters weren't coming back in, and he missed them. And some game he'll hit them, and some game he'll miss them. And tonight he just missed them. It happens.
Okay, here we go. Nemo says basketball robot. Our good friend Dallas from the Strickland said that Cam lays it up like he's 5'7". Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Also, the entire fucking bench unit played the entire fourth quarter.
yeah. I don't understand that from Tibbs. Like, what are you trying to accomplish
They
there?
were gassed, bro. They were absolutely gassed by the end of that game.
I really don't understand this guy's process. This is the type of process that like we see it happens in the regular season, and like somehow fans are still shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm always disappointed by him because it's just like I saw the inklings of this in the preseason. Now I'm seeing in the regular season, and you obviously think that it's something that can work somehow. Like, I don't understand what does he think he accomplishes by running a unit into the ground like that? Like what is he trying to like figure out there? I just want to
Like,
know what his process is.
I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of just like, okay, I'm not bringing my starters back in, and you really don't have a bench aside from Jericho Sims, unless you want to play like Svi Mikhailuk, or I don't know if he's
Why
going to
not?
go.
Just toss some guys in there. Toss
I
them
mean,
in there.
like the team, like, yeah, I'm not gonna beat him up too much for preseason shit like that. Like,
I'm gonna beat him up for it because it's stuff that he's gonna do in the regular season, and he's showing it now.
I think his fear was also like, who do you go to like get offense? Because his team wasn't scoring, so like, do you go to, like, maybe Svi would have been like the only person because like he's a shooter and you hope that maybe he could hit like two, the way that like Nembrand did for them or Nemhard did for them tonight. But like, yeah, like I guess they were just kind of like, we're not bringing the starters back in. Fuck it, just play, take the reps. And I do feel like as the game went on, they started to learn how to use Isaiah Hartenstein more as like an a hub,
Mm-hmm.
which is very important for the long term like future of this bench unit because you can clearly see the potential when this bench unit's on. But yet, like, I'm not too mad about it. I hope it's limited in the regular season. I don't know how much it will be, but yeah, like also they were hitting some bullshit towards the end of that game. Like, Goga Batazde fucking went three
Well,
for
I
three.
mean, they was cooking Isaiah Hartenstein in pick and roll.
Yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein was
He was
getting
just in drop,
he was in
and
and he dropped them draws because he was fucking. They was taking turns. They
yeah, I
passed him
mean,
around like
it
a
was
blunt. It was not
Nemhard
fun.
and Goga just doing like pick and roll, pick and pop, and like Isaiah Hartenstein was lost. And I think it's just him being slow at this point because he's not someone that's really quick footed. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And we've never really had a center that's really been able to like really stay on shooting big men in those situations. Like Mitch got lit up by Miles Turner last year.
It was that one game.
It
That,
was
that
that one game.
bro, that one game was that still pisses me off, bro. He had a career night.
It was that one game, and the only reason why that game was so annoying is because there was Miles Turner rumors, and like half the fan base was at war with each other as they usually are they as they
And then
usually
like the
is.
pro Mile Turner sickos were like, "Oh, look at it! Mitch is never gonna hit 7 threes in his career. He hit 7 in one night." And then Miles Turner injured himself again, and we never heard about that shit.
Yep,
I hope we don't go back to that. I really hope we've like grown.
I think that's gone. His rumors are only linked to the Lakers at this point in his career.
Yeah, because that's all he is. Fucking Laker fodder.
Christopher Vieira says the starting lineup played well, but the point of attack defense looks like it'll be an issue, like we all thought. We should put IQ in the starting lineup for Fournier. Totally agree. I expressed the same sentiments when Ariel tweeted that the point of attack defense was really bad today. Um, and a lot of people will be like, well, he could have put in Cam. We've seen that experiment. No, thank you. He could have put in Grimes. Grimes obviously injured. So my caveat to that was put IQ in the starting lineup. IQ is more than capable defensively, and like he can catch and shoot. Like, what is the drop off really like offensively as compared to what it is defensively when Fournier is out there? Like,
Yeah, I just man, like I feel IQ definitely should have started tonight, but I guess the idea was basically you don't want um Deuce playing point guard minutes, which my answer my retort to that would be just stagger Deuce, IQ, and Brunson, but Tom Thibodeau's not going to stagger, so
very
like
true.
unless it's chins, so like you kind of just have to live with it. But yeah, like the Fournier defense was not good. You feel like Grimes going into that situation makes it a lot better. I I really just feel like the starting lineup is performing significantly better than we thought they would, especially offensively. And the defensively, the effort is there in spurts. But I feel like if not if Cam, no more Cam. If Grimes is in that starting lineup,
Freudian slip.
bro, it's sickening. But like I feel like if Grimes is in that starting lineup, I feel like that lineup has very good balance. And the shooting is a little bit worse because Fournier's a better shooter, but Grimes is so much more defensively, and Grimes can still be like that low usage guy who could come off pin downs. He could come off screens and flares and all of that stuff in order to like really get his shots off, which would like open up this lineup so well. So yeah, I really do want Grimes in that starting lineup, and hopefully Tibbs is like just keeping Grimes not playing because he understands that. But we will see. I don't put it past them to be like Fournier starting because Fournier quote unquote earned it. But yeah,
We will see. We will see. Let's get to some comments. Jordan Bub. Cam having chance to break into the rotation and keeps destroying his chance when he plays like he's that dude when in reality he's trying to fight first place in the league right now. Totally agree. Totally agree.
it'll be him and Josh Jackson in Istanbul. Okay, it's over with. Him, Josh Jackson, Alfred Payne about to set the world on fire, bro. Fenerbahce is calling.
It is. And not the fake one as it was with Alonzo Chair before. The real one. I guess yeah, before we get into some more comments, I guess we can talk about some of the other players that I guess what stuck out to us about them. I mentioned Obi before you like cut me off to talk about your favorite player on the team. Um, but I think Obi he played pretty well.
in
Especially
the
early
first half.
on.
In the first half. Second half, eh,
Well,
second
the
half.
second half, the whole team played garbage.
I
So it's
know, but it's
like,
also like, yeah,
what are we
yeah.
doing there? Like the whole team
Uh,
was bad in the second half. But yeah, Obi was pretty good in the first half. Again, with the highlights, he's always going to provide that. That always provides some energy to the team, makes it more entertaining to watch. But yeah, he had this really nice move, the fake, the dunk. Really want to see him like have more opportunities like that. But this team, every time we get to the regular season, they don't play as fast as they did in the preseason. But we'll see.
why the hell did Jalen Brunson play the entire third quarter?
Dibs.
What? What? You like the best part of like a Tibbs coach game is like going through the fucking like box score. You're just like, wait, what the fuck? Why did this happen? Like, okay, let's see. RJ Barrett had 12 points in the third quarter. Solid, solid. That's really good. Uh, Julius did not have a good third quarter.
Shocker.
Munching. Anyway, but yeah, like I don't know. Some of these rotations is just wild. Quickly, Obi, Cam, Miles all played 420. Like, these are like hockey ships. Oh man, I
Dib
cannot.
special.
I can't look at these anymore. I'm gonna get
Dib
upset.
special. I don't even know why you're looking at the box score. I would never do that.
It's disgusting.
Quickly, we spoke about him kind of briefly earlier. Terrible shooting game, 4 for 18, 2 for 7. This is me on my career with these new shot meter that they got. That's me in some of these games. I'll be shooting like that. Cam Reddish, 10 points, 3 for 10. We already spoke about him. Hartenstein, 7, 10, and 5. Again, we also spoke about him. The defense was pretty rough, but the encouraging thing is the team being able to starting to figure out how to play with him, and that led to a 13-2 run, I believe, in the fourth quarter, where Hartenstein was finding guys on cuts. Like he found Deuce on a backdoor cut. Deuce actually made the layup this time. He found Obi on some. He threw it like a quarterback down the field to
So
Obi for
he
one of
was hit.
them.
That was a good old Danny Jones kind of throw.
And then what you call it? He found him cutting for alley oop. So it's gonna be fun to see how this team how that unit looks when it's fully fleshed out and when they fully have chemistry. But yeah,
Yeah, like that lineup has so much potential to be so fun.
it
Like
does. But
I want it to be given a chance, but also like it's very volatile, and I feel like D Rose matters to that lineup a lot. I know I wanted him traded because I do want quickly to get those initiation reps, and I don't think you'll get those as much with Rose. But also Rose helps that lineup so much because he can stabilize it, and he can also like make the shots that they need to make. And quickly isn't there as a driver yet. Rose totally is. And Rose, I feel like plays well off Hartenstein as well because Rose can do a lot of the backdoor stuff. He can do a lot of the stuff off DHOs. He has a pull up game now that he's developed in the last couple of like 3 years of his career. So Rose complements that bench very well. I feel like they understand that hey, Quickly does have limitations. We do think he's promising, but it's also like D Rose is so good, and like literally every metric is like D Rose is like one of the what 25, 30 most valuable players in the league. And like this team without D Rose versus the team with D Rose is like a completely different team. So he makes sense for this team. He makes sense with that bench unit. And the one thing that we're missing was like easy offense, the ability to just like penetrate, get into the defense, and rotate. And they couldn't do that, and D Rose would be able to do that for this team. So him having him be in the rotation, having him be in the lineup, and not having Cam Reddish's trash ass probably makes it better.
well, you mentioned Daniel Jones earlier. Shout out to the New York Giants.
4-1
Uh,
baby.
yes, sir. The NFL action is in full swing at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Check this out. In addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. For example, if you are tuning into the Giants this week versus the Ravens, and you want to include something like Saquon 50 plus rushing yards, what else? What else? Daniel Jones. How much rushing yards do you think he's good for this Sunday?
I mean, I want to say he's probably good for at least 40.
40. Lamar, you could pencil him in for like 40 rush yards. You got yourself a nice 3-leg Russian parlay right there. And you make some money off that. So on DraftKings. To make things
Touchdown
even
scorer.
sweeter,
Yeah.
you can throw down on stepped up same game parlays once per game day all season long. To do this, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code TBPN right there on the corner of your screen to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code TBPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes if you're listening to the audio version of this, or look at the description on YouTube. We will include that below. All right, back to basketball. Let's get to some comments. All right, Christopher Vieira says 30 should not get a shout out until he is sent to the moon. Then we can acknowledge his play. I was ready to move him to Charlotte at the half. Amen. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there. They can use a nice tank commander. I ain't gonna hold you. A
I
lot
mean,
of teams didn't play for Wemby.
Cam Reddish is available. He is signed, sealed, delivered for the right price of one
We'll
fake.
include Randall in that trade.
We will not, but that's okay.
We
Um,
will, and that's fine.
we could go. We could include Fournier. There's your deal.
Uh,
Can't even say no. Can't even say no. Exactly.
I can't say no.
The 2-pack of ass. The 2-pack of ass package. That's our fucking Andujar.
Oh my gosh, just slandering Andujar out of nowhere. Let's see. We got Christopher Vera also saying IQ needs to incorporate a few more midi pull-ups each game to keep the defense honest. I think he tried to do that too, like late in the fourth, and then like they just like blocked it because like they were just like smothering him. Um, and like the rest of the team, the rest of the offense around him in that second unit really wasn't the best for him. I think the Cam Reddish out there, ugh. Hartenstein, who like he didn't even look like he was trying to like score. He looked like he was just trying to like dish. Like every time he got the ball, he was like looking around, see who could pass it to. Then you got Obi, which they didn't really include any like pick and roll actions or anything, which was weird because it's like that's like free money or something. Like I don't know, wild to me. And then you got Deuce McBride, who really isn't the most offensively savvy next to an Emmanuel Quickly. So Emmanuel Quickly had no choice but to chuck up all those 18 shots, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Like
Um,
Deuce McBride plays offense like an NBA YoungBoy song. Like it's just hard to watch. It's just hard to see, but it's effective. So like, yeah, quickly have to take all those shots.
yeah, and I'm not really like people that are really like writing think pieces about this game in general, but like if you're writing a think piece about like Emmanuel Quickly's play, get some help. We've seen him in the regular season perform before, so this is really nothing. But yeah. Let's see. We got Thibs sabotaged the second unit so that his starting five wouldn't be criticized. And I saw one person that said, I will not name this person because I don't want to give him any recognition. But I quote tweeted them and I expressed some thoughts about it.
So you say you cool tweeted them, but you're not giving them recognition.
Yeah, I'm not. People can find it for themselves, but they said, I love this starting unit. I don't care. If you love this starting unit, you do not like basketball.
Oh man.
You do not like basketball. That's simple as that. There's no way you watch the starting unit tonight struggle with point of attack defense versus TJ McConnell, Chris Duarte, and like whoever else, and
Ben
think this is a
Mathurin.
good starting like five. Please stop.
Yeah, like the lineup performed well against the starters. The bench just kind of like sandbagged it a lot. So yeah, I think when the third quarter ended, yeah, I think like the lead. What was the lead in like the third quarter? I could check real quick actually. But like
Um, I know in the fourth quarter it was up at like 10 at one point. I think
yeah, but
it was up
like
to 10. Yeah.
yeah, uh, and then like the bench just kind of pissed it away, which really sucks. But at one point the lead was I can check actually. Yeah, it was 9.
Okay.
It was 9, and then they just started choking, and it wasn't pretty. Like sometimes shit happens. Like I don't think the starters offense is fine. The starters defense absolutely needs assistance, and Grimes can help that. And I feel like if Grimes is in that lineup, then the starting lineup is fine. The bench unit becomes fine because now they have like a little bit more offense that they absolutely need. And I hope Tibbs can make that adjustment, but it's Tibbs and adjustments.
Yeah. I mean, here's a comment here. Thibs not experimenting with different lineup combinations in the preseason. Preseason in all caps. Is coaching malpractice, but
I
expected.
I feel like the Brunson, IQ, RJ, Obi, it was Hartenstein or was it Mitch?
Mitch.
Okay, I feel like that's a good lineup. That's like a good like what I think you get the lineup
It
like
is,
three
but
or
it's
four.
like such like bare minimum for Thibs like to do that, and it's like it kind of pretty much sticks with his basic formula of a lineup. It's like Jalen Brunson kind of plays the Derrick Rose role. Um, has Obi has ran not ran. I can't speak anymore. Has RJ with like sort of a pseudo bench lineup, but like he still has a traditional power forward. He still has a traditional center. Um, I think people want to see like more complex, more um unique lineup combinations, but we all know the coaches. And I think also having Grimes not be available also kind of hurts the flexibility of what he can do as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Because with Grimes you can do a lot more things than you can do with number 0. So
That's how many minutes you gonna get this fucking season. 0.
I mean, yeah. Let's see what other comments we got here. Jordan Bub. Will Knicks disappoint the fans this season like a certain team?
Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk. Yo, yo.
Oh man, this is
What
this
is
is
good with you,
this is cutting
son?
deep to Tyrese.
Son,
But anyways, I'll
what
finish the
did we
comment.
do?
Will Knicks disappoint the fans this season like a certain team in Queens, but unlike the team who was in the Bronx with a lead in division series?
I hope Stephen Kwan get his fucking. I hope he get his lick back. Bro, I hope that Ramirez take y'all the fucking. Oh my god, please! I pray. I pray.
Those bats are dead in Cleveland. Let's stop.
Whatever.
Let's
Fuck it.
stop. We
Fuck it.
saw they scored two whole
Jordan.
runs in a wild card
Astros
series.
about to get y'all again, and you're gonna be white with us on the fucking
Cope,
couch watching the
Cope,
World Series.
Cope,
Why would you bring us
Cope,
up? I was having a
Cope,
great day. I was having a great day until
Cope,
this shit.
Cope. Anyways, Jordan, um, I have my expectations super low for the Knicks this year. So if they manage to disappoint that would be like catastrophic. But yeah, I have my expectations set super low because last year I was super high on them. Um, I was drinking the orange and blue Kool-Aid like a lot of fans like to do. This year I said no thank you to the Kool-Aid. I'll have a cup of water. And everyone else can drown themselves in that Kool-Aid. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna stick to like below 38 wins. So like if they surpass that, then good on them. But yeah, I'm good.
I mean, they go give us at least 40. They'll be around five. They'll be closer to 500 than 30 below
I ain't gonna
30
set
though.
my expectations that high. That's too high for me right now.
500 is too high.
Yeah, that's too high for me right now.
Damn.
Yeah,
Eh,
I'm setting them low so that way if they surpass them, then congrats. I'll
No,
be
if
happy
they
about
if
something.
they if they are below 500, they're not in the play-in tournament, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get behind that. I think they're at least 10,
Well, I
man.
mean, then I'll be pleasantly surprised this year.
I mean, that's probably pessimistic for a good reason. I'm not saying this is for a bad reason, but damn, like sub 37 wins. Shit.
I don't believe in the coach. I don't believe in a certain player, so that's why my expectations are super low. I think we'll head out of here before we yeah, I think is there any
Yeah.
other comments? So with Brunson Fournier backcourt for opening 20 games of the season, how many games will Knicks win? I mean, I'd have to look at the schedule,
Schedule.
honestly. It depends on who we play. I really can't say, but yeah, I mean,
Listen, if we went open at night, I'm getting. First of all, it's fuck John Morant. Fuck John Morant. It's backwards. But if we went open at night with Brunson Fournier, nobody telling me shit no more. At that point, I'm all in on the Kool Aid. I'm fucking Gatorade bathing it. I'm popping champagne like I'm in the fucking locker room. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, this team getting top three. Like, I'm chatting bear, and I admit that. That's okay. But like, if we lose, then we're gonna fucking get Wemby. That's where I'm at. That first game is telling the entire season. It's either Wemby or finals.
yeah. I mean, Wemby is a nice consolation prize for
But would you rather have Wemby or win a finals? Win the finals. Like that fucking tweet said.
win the finals. Why does that's such a stupid tweet?
Bro,
I hate tweets like that. That tweet had the same vibes of Brad
Brad
Stevens
Stevens
or
or
Giannis.
Giannis.
Like the player, obviously. My God,
Yeah.
people are so stupid. But yeah, I think we're gonna head out of here. Not much to really talk about. Preseason is winding down. Last game is wow. When is the last game? Because gotta prepare for that. But last game is Friday versus the Wizards. We are back at home at
Taj Gibson
MSG.
homecoming.
Taj Gibson homecoming. That's right. We will be live after that game. Um, Before we exit, make sure you subscribe, leave a like. Um, Check out all the links in the description. We got links to the Patreon. We got links to the merch shop. We have links to the site, and we have links to the Twitter. Make sure you check out all those links. Um, if you are listening audio wise, I don't know if those links will be there or not. I'll see when I edit it, but yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for leaving some comments. We will be back on Friday. And peace.